Welcome, everybody, to the Kirk Minahan Show in Saco. Woo! I am, of course, Big Steve. I found out about 12 minutes ago that I was going to be doing the pre-show for this, so thanks, Dave Cullinane. Thanks for giving us a reminder of why we're here in this moment, getting ready to anoint your successor. I also have to say, this is the lowest moment of my career because I'm here filling in for Blind Mike. If this is Mike and the Minifans, the traditional pregame for a Kirk Minahan live show, I think I'm going to need Justin Trudell up here with me. Let's go, buddy. I need you to walk me through the going into the studio and then saying, I don't want this job because it would destroy me, and then proceeding to be as involved as someone could conceivably be in the ongoing operations and entertainment value of the show.
We do it on air.
Yeah, okay. So what aspect of it would have destroyed you?
Something about Kirk saying this next job will destroy this next producer kind of had something to do with it.
So you took him at face value.
Yeah, Kirk's not a liar.
So I thought about the moment at the VFW hall when you left on Kirk's orders, and I spent the rest of the night trying to make sure that you weren't dying of hypothermia.
Yeah, that was a highlight of my life. So you just thought about it?
Yeah, well, I thought about it a little bit because especially during that episode when Kirk was in New York and he was talking with all these producer candidates who had just spoken with John Rich, these Barstool employees who had just spoken with John Rich and had told him that he dodged a bullet, that he shouldn't have taken the job. I thought it was tremendously unfair of them to say that.
Oh, it was completely ignorant of them.
Because they don't know anything about Kirk. They don't know what it's like to work for Kirk. So what brings you to Saco in this moment, even having turned down that job?
I love KMS. I love Kirk. I love everything it's done these past couple of years. I just don't think I would have been right for the producer role.
What do you see as your relationship going forward with the Kirk Minahan Show?
Anything they ask.
What does your imagination involve that being? Anything? Coming in and producing the show for 2 weeks after Kirk fires whoever he hires tonight?
Yeah, I'm always around. If Kirk needs someone to come in and produce the show, get it up. If this next guy doesn't work out, I'll be around. So, do
you have any favorites in the field? What's your relationship with me was notoriously hands off. I was very, very cold and detached. I thought you were going to drift away. What has your relationship been like with the producer candidates? Are there ones trying to sweet talk you, trying to get that coveted Justin endorsement? Where are your Steve rankings here?
Surprisingly, the candidates.
Kirk must think we're flailing because he just came out to revitalize the crowd a little bit.
I'm surprised about how little the candidates have reached out to me to either help with things or get, like, fucking Montante comes in, he's like, yeah, if I get the job, I really don't know the studio that well. I would bring in Craig Oconee to come in and help me produce.
Don't knock Craig.
I'm not knocking Craig, but it's like I'm right here. I don't know.
Craig's in the Dave Cullinane camp. He's also had help getting a job from Steve Robinson and was never grateful for it. All right, we got some Minifans we can bring up here. Who do we have out there? Pan 'em, Dave. Kevin from Bristol, Tim from Canton. Come on up. One of Kirk's most hated Minifans.
Tim and Canton's the best.
What's up, buddy?
Let me band even more after this.
We've got an audience, 10,000 strong, maybe more, watching us on pay-per-view right now. So we need to introduce them to some of the craziest people in the Minifan world. And one of them is sitting right next to me, an absolute psychopath. Like the guy in Billy Madison who does the red lipstick, crossing out names. Except for you keep a journal, a diary of everything that's happened in the Kirk Minahan Show. Every single episode for going on. I don't even know what the total episode is. You might be able to tell me.
Nearly 800.
Nearly
700 and something.
And every single one of them has an entry in a composite notebook that you keep religiously.
That is correct, especially the note tonight that this is the low point. This is your low point.
This is my low point.
Actually, your low point was when you came in second place at the cornhole tournament. Mixing with Minifans.
I can see, but I mean, you really, you totally fucked up that tournament. You fucked up that tournament worse than Jeff has fucked up trivia by
Sour
changing
grapes
the
because
rules
you got
in the
a
middle of the race.
half-used Visa gift card for $2 and some COVID tests. So
Wow.
you call it fuck up. I call it sour grapes.
Kevin from Bristol, your heart hasn't exploded because of the Pfizer products that you shot yourself up with
Jesus
yet.
Christ.
That's amazing. I'm so happy to see you. You haven't died suddenly like so many soccer players that Kirk doesn't want to believe in.
I was snorting the vaccine, which apparently was a problem. But no, my heart is not long for this world. But while I'm alive, I'm happy to be here. I'm sure I'll be banned more for showing up at this table. So fuck it. You know, I'll go out in a ball of flames,
right.
like I always do.
Minifans, the two Minifans present, do you have any producer candidates? Do you have any advice for them tonight as they begin the next challenge, which we'll announce when you're done giving advice?
No preferences. I'm a total Kemp, so I'm going to love whoever's up here. I find it amazing that nobody was here at 2:30, 3 o'clock when we did a drive-by. You got to own the
I think
job.
Coleman was here early.
I think I've got a little bit of a kid gloves treatment because the Barstool team is here, which is fantastic. I'm glad that. No. You got the Barstool team here, so if this thing's going to go off without a hitch, there's technically competent people who are here to ensure that the broadcast meets the expectations of Minifans and the pay-per-view subscribers everywhere, so that's good. I'm sure it's a much more profitable operation because it's in Barstool hands and not in the hands of Justin and Dave. I really enjoy that. I wish Kirk embraced capitalism a little bit more when I was there. Capitalist Kirk, we call him. Your thoughts on the producer, Kevin from Bristol?
What Tim said as well, whoever Kirk has next to him, he will fucking mold and turn into something that will be hysterical and wonderful. And eventually they'll break down and die and crash and burn,
Agreed.
like I have done in the past. For me
happens.
to give them advice would be foolish because I've done nothing but crash and burn as well on this show. So I just look forward to watching it and imbibing it, you know?
So I guess with those pieces of advice for the 5 producers, I have to tell you that there's a scavenger hunt on tonight. There is an item of treasure that you need to find that is in some way related to the show. It's somewhere on these premises, and the reward will be, who knows?
Is that open to everybody or just the producers?
That is only the producers. Only the producers.
Let's go, Tim.
There is one thing I hope happens after tonight. I hope the producers who don't get chosen, I hope one of them kills another so this story just never ends and when this becomes national news.
It could be arranged, you know?
That's why you got to watch live.
You could yeah, exactly. What is the tape delay on this? You want to give Kirk a mic? I think he's getting ready to give the... Oh? The producer candidates are getting ready to receive a briefing on the details of the scavenger hunt. There is a totem from the show that will be familiar to all fans that is hidden away somewhere on these premises. And the first producer who finds it will receive unknown rewards. It could be Kirk's favor. This item could be rigged with a Claymore mine that will blow them up. We don't really know. I haven't been informed. I learned about the scavenger hunt actually about 20 minutes ago.
It's a KMS Hunger Games.
It is.
May Kirk's odds be in your favor.
Is there any chance there's a bottle full of urine?
Could be taped to a bottle full of urine.
Or
There
Tig's,
could be
Tig's body.
There could be some explosive. Oh, Tig's still right where he is.
All right.
Now, based on what you know, who do you think is the most capable of finding this?
The most capable of finding this, I'm going to say, it's not Montante. Montante is still seeing double, or already is seeing double. This guy's way too excited, looking in all the wrong spots.
Oh my God.
Oh my God! Think like Kirk, you fucking moron. Yeah, it's going to be under our feet. Unreal. Get out of here. Get out of here.
He looked up my skirt.
Harry.
So, Steve, what's your advice to the next producer? Because there's been talk about a show that you and Dave are going to do, kind of like behind the scenes, what to expect.
Yeah, there's been some talk. But before we go into that, the reason we're doing this pre-show, just so everybody out there on Twitter, YouTube knows, barstool.tv/PPV, which all you guys did anyway, right?
Even though we're here.
Even if you're here, you did it, you support the show.
Damn straight.
So if you're watching this for free on Twitter, go to barstool.tv/pay-per-view. All right?
Agreed. So, what's your advice?
My advice for the coming producer would first of all be you're living in Massachusetts.
It's a strange use of
coming producer.
words. Yeah,
Like the second coming. This is the third coming. This is the
coming
third
producer.
On this
is-
show, it
this is-
actually makes sense.
This is the
Someone
third coming.
becoming.
This is the third coming of a Kirk Minahan show producer. I would say you're in Massachusetts, so don't talk to people while on stage. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. Oh, Steve points are plummeting.
Steve points are dropping.
Gus's Steve points are. Fucking car accident.
There's no I in Steve, but he does have
Car
initiative.
accident. Holy shit.
So, Steve-
I hope it's rigged up with a Claymore at this point.
Steve,
Yeah.
for someone who I think handled being a producer very well here, what would your advice be for whoever gets the job?
Well, first I would say they need to take the necessary steps to get their concealed carry permit to operate in Massachusetts. There's been way too much random people just wandering into the studio. You can't have that. I learned as soon as that first random Asian lady walked down the hall, or the UPS guy, I was like, okay, we need to tighten up security around here. So
Well,
that needs
can that
to
be
happen.
solved with a gun or a door lock?
Well, both.
Or even just closing
Both.
the door.
I think you need to do both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the producer needs to know how to close the door.
And lock the door.
lock-
It's the producer's responsibility. Oh, God, this fucking twat.
It's not on
a Gus
camera,
guy.
Fucking dummy. Gus is such a dummy. I don't know if this is this the sacred totem that was part of the treasure hunt.
all aboard!
No, it was just randomly in the back of Justin's vehicle. I don't actually. For all I know, he probably keeps it there.
Don't hit that with your big cock, Steve.
But no, seriously though, I would say the first thing is just to be competent. Put the time in. Put the effort in. Anticipate what you might be called on to do, and do it effectively. Actually, care about the show more than yourself. Care about Kirk. Understand that, the social media accounts, for example, that Kirk has developed. Use those to promote Kirk in the show. Don't use those as a way of developing your own profile and trying to self-aggrandize. Anticipate his needs, and also be willing to accept complete ego death. You are nothing. If you accept this position, there's no more Gus or Montante or the other candidates' names. I'm sure I know them.
Mick Coleman.
Mick Coleman. John.
Will.
All those people. Will.
Will
Derek.
Manilow.
Bob.
Will.
Each of them. Just accept complete ego death and understand that now your identity, your sense of self-worth, it flows through KMS. It flows through that show and the success of that show.
With that in mind, did you endorse anybody? I saw you were out on John.
No,
Rich.
I haven't endorsed it. None of these candidates. No, I mean, we got 3 weeks and we're back here in Saco doing this whole thing again. Maybe 4 weeks. With a new slate of characters.
So you're not endorsing, but who do you prefer?
Who do I prefer?
Who can you listen to?
I don't know. I've preferred, honestly, the last 2 to 3 weeks. Cullinane seems to be stepping back in, as weirdly. At first he was quiet quitting, but now he's kind of enjoying this more.
He's very comfortable.
Yeah, well, he's got some people beneath him. The same thing happened with Blind Mike. You get a couple people in the studio that you feel superior to, that you're more comfortable than, and it has a way of relaxing you when you're doing that show.
Well, that and he's off the non-masturbation bullshit that he was pulling.
Well, yeah.
We know he's fully back to that and texting, probably masturbating and texting and driving at the same time.
And, I mean, who knows what other income streams he has coming in now at this point. Those side hustles are just like...
But Steve, what you're saying
Blaring.
is, don't embarrass
Don't
Kirk. Don't do things to make Kirk seem like you're being ridiculous.
Is this a bit?
sillier.
You brought a dick filled with juice on stage.
Is this a dick? Steve, I would
Get the fuck out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! Sentazo, you're gone. Get out of here!
Cheers, everybody.
Who else? Bring up BA. Bring up BA
penis.
for a little bit. Yeah, you can go. Let's bring up BA and what other maniac do? TJ. Where's TJ? We're gonna test the weight limit for this stage. Give me BA and TJ. We're gonna see. All right, 1-844-500-4242. Let's talk about the southern border that Joe Biden won't close down. What the hell is that? Clearly the border is too porous because it let BA's drunk ass across. I've been telling people, you got to be more worried about the northern border. The northern border is just as open as the southern border, and they're letting guys like you across. So, What was BA? What was the trip like? You're from Calgary,
Toronto.
Nunavut.
Toronto.
Okay, Toronto. All right, that's a place in Canada too.
That is.
How was the trip?
It was good. A lot of fun. Stay with the 420 boys. And
Yes,
great
of course.
time. Of course.
Great time with the 420 boys.
Classic.
Smoke a lot of pot.
Too much. Too much.
Too much pot?
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, too much.
All right.
Yeah,
Snow globe.
like a snow globe.
Yeah, he's staying in the snow globe.
TJ, you look like you might have smoked some pot too.
No, I
No?
no. No.
Oh, all right. So,
No.
tell me
Nobody in Maine does that, Steve. No one.
your take on the producer race so far.
I think I'm putting J. Firm Lin in the mix last minute.
Last
I'm
minute?
throwing his hat in the ring.
Okay,
I'm
so
throwing his hat in
yeah,
the ring.
everybody knows, of course, who that is.
Yeah, everyone knows, I think.
John from Scranton, just because he has the stonewashed jeans.
John from Scranton on the basis of his stonewashed jeans. Well, what
I
are
haven't
the
seen those since like 1999.
what are the characteristics that you look for in a good producer apart from a high Steve rating
I
and,
think
and
he's sitting right
likeness
here
to
at
me?
the table. I think,
Of course,
I mean,
naturally.
Yeah, so if you don't have those traits, I guess you're.
But you weren't a fan, BA. I don't think you were a fan of the Steve Robinson era.
No, I was. The Steve Lies. I said Steve Lies list. That was original BA moment. We were supposed to do the lie detector test together, if you don't remember.
We were. I think there's somebody here actually. I think
Oh,
there's.
wow.
I think there's a polygraph prepared for later tonight. You'll have to
Okay.
see it. Stick around. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll be there.
I'll have to ask him day lines tonight.
No.
All right. Pounds per entertainment. I'm not liking
you.
it, guys. Get out.
Thank you so much.
Not enough entertainment density. Who else could come up here and help us fill a little time? You can't just say pick me. Whoa, is Visionless Dave here? Bring Visionless Dave out. I've actually never met Visionless Dave in person, but there's my guy. What's up? It's a big moment. What's up? Oh, Ziggy's here? No, Ziggy's not here. No, fuck off. Ziggy's not coming up here. So, Red Eye in from California.
Yep.
First time in New England?
Grew up in Connecticut, so
Okay,
no.
so
but
no.
Been like a decade.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, what brought you around to finally pull the trigger for this show, and then none of the ones I produced?
That's a good point. That's a fair point. I don't have an argument for that. I don't have an argument. No, I had to make it out eventually. Timing worked out, so it was good to go.
Fist width from the mic. Nice. How long are you going to be in Maine for?
Just till tomorrow. Going back to Boston till Monday night. Back to LA. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, do you have any favorites in the How many of these people, the maniac core nucleus of the Minifan world, how many had you known in person?
0.
All right.
Yeah. First time meeting any of them in person. I'm biased. I'm a Montante guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense. We're all right wingers. You know?
Exactly. But I like the race kind of between Gus and Mick.
There's
as
no
well.
race. There's no
Yeah.
race. There's no race.
no
with
race.
Gus. There's
No.
no race with Gus.
No, you're out on Gus. Yeah.
Way out on Gus.
Yeah.
So what's your take on not the producer candidates, but the Minifans having met them in person?
All the jokes are true. Everybody's fat, but everybody's very nice. Everybody's very nice. No, it's been great. Everybody's been very hospitable. I've had a great time.
Do you actually spend the night at one of these psychos' houses instead of getting a hotel or an Airbnb?
Better than that, some of the psycho's sister's house. So,
That's
a whole nother
fantastic.
layer. No, very
That's
great
fantastic.
people though. He gets sensitive about that. Yeah.
Well, that's been no, they are. They're great people. I would
The Portuguese,
100%.
they've been taking
I'd
care of me.
100% sleep in one of their houses.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
All right, man. Hey, it was nice meeting you in
Nice
person.
meeting you. That was awesome.
We're gonna get on with the show in a little bit. I think we're
Thank
about
you.
to go live
Big
on
Steve.
pay-per-view. Appreciate it, man. Visionless Dave easily in the top rankings of the Minifans, but I think it's maybe time to get on with the main event tonight, and so just get a little bit real. Get a little bit real about Kirk, because I have to say the episode from New York, when they were talking about John Rich dodging a bullet because he didn't get a chance to be producer for Kirk. I can't think of another person I've worked for who said that they would sacrifice their own job in order to save mine. And that was on like the first or the second, or maybe both of the times that Dave Portnoy tried to fire me. And I can't think of anybody I'd rather chase meth heads around South Carolina with for a podcast that isn't going to get advertising sold from it by Barstool. Hopefully those kind of things turn around as we go into the post-Cullinane Barstool 3.0 era, and they actually focus on actually selling advertisements and pay-per-views. So, are you ready to come on? No. Let me try and think of a good Kirk Minahan story to tell. I feel like I'm now having the experience that Blind Mike had at the very first Saco show when he was asked to do stand-up comedy. Although I will say that the difference is that Mike knew that he was going to be called upon to do stand-up comedy. I didn't have the slightest tip whatsoever that he was going to let me fry out here. So that's fantastic. One thing, if I had a hope for this evening, I would hope that it went differently than the first Saco show, because the first Saco show was followed within 24 hours by a break of the Kirk Minahan show for, I think, like 2 weeks, because Kirk was sad. And I can promise you things will be different here tonight, too. You're not going to see the Blind Mike jugs, unfortunately, that he whipped out. You're definitely not going to see my jugs either. No. That's only for vigils. No. That's only for vigils. The tattoo is only for vigils. All right, we're going to go get the pay-per-view running, 30 seconds, and then we'll bring Kirk out.